Trade, you don't know what you're going to come into, but it's always challenging, and I actually enjoy the challenge. I actually enjoy being able to sort things out for people and to move things forward so that it helps the businesses that are in the market, as well as helping us provide facilities that are required.
Can you just tell us a little about the history, the recent history of the market, the last 20-30 years? Yeah. How long have you been here?
About 20 or 30 years. Yeah, I mean, for this area alone, I don't know if you remember that we go back to the bottom of Commercial Street. There was the old rag and tag market, which was an outdoor market, which was the prime retail market for this area. When that closed, it went into the Sheaf Market, which is an area that's been redeveloped now into a hotel and a car park and some of the retail units down there. During that period, but before the Sheaf Market opened, Castle Market was built. So for a long period of time we had two very big retail markets in Sheffield city centre, in the Castle Market and the Sheaf Market. And then as the potential to redevelop came along and the industry itself contracted with the number of traders that were available, we shut one of the markets, and now the main indoor retail concentration is in Castle Market, and the next process to that is into a new development, which is probably down the moor, which again will put us into a major retailing area.
Right, thanks. What about anything else? What about something to do with the things that you have to do in the enforcement of things? And do you take the responsibility? You take a responsibility for the goods that are traded in the market. But is that complicated?
Yeah, I mean, there's two prime areas that we do enforcement. One is not necessarily deemed as enforcement. That is actually operating the business and providing space to the traders, and they're either on leases or tenancy agreements. What we do have a policy of is we consider trade balance. So we try and ensure that we don't have a lot of all the same goods being sold by traders. So the goods that these traders can actually sell is limited. And that's agreed on when they first come into the market. And unless they actually apply for us for a change to that, then that is what they're permitted to sell. So in a way that is an enforcement type of thing in limiting, but trying to create a trade balance so we get as wide a range of products as we possibly can. The other thing that Sheffield Markets as a whole does, which is the operator for Castle Market, we actually operate the market rights on behalf of Sheffield City Council. Now these go back to 1296 and gives us the sole and exclusive right to operate markets in Sheffield. So if any other operator wants to run a market in Sheffield, they have to come to us and obtain a licence before they can actually operate it. We only have certain criteria under which they can actually operate a market, and if they don't fulfil that criteria and continue to operate the market, then we have the power basically to go along and take an injunction out against them, which we have done in the past, in order to protect these market rights.
Right. So you must come across a lot of some very long established families of traders, and so so there's a long history of different families in the market trading. And
there's been a lot of, it's not so much now, but in the past when times were substantially better than they are now in the market, you get a lot of established families who would pass it on from grandfather down to the sons. These days it's a lot of the sons that are dealing with it, but again things change, educationally wise things change, and a lot of the younger people whose families have always been in the market now are looking to go into other professions. So that sort of long-term family tradition is starting to die out, but by the same token we're starting to attract people who haven't got that background but are enthusiastic about coming and starting up a small business on our market.
That's great. We had a walk around last week, and we thought there was a really interesting diversity of new. I'm familiar with the market a bit, but there was a really interesting diversity of new, about different things, like different foodstuffs and different products.
And also these days that the products that are available and able to import and that sort of thing is far has expanded, which provides other opportunities for new traders who want to try and operate a business on a smaller scale, which the market can obviously operate.
Right, thanks a lot for your time. That was very good.
No problem.
Gonna go back up again and do it again.
Stop! Wait. It's gone. It's on.
Yeah, it is. It's recording now.
Look at me.
Conquering his field. No, we're not yet. If we don't get you, we'll edit it out, because if we don't, you can sue us and get real. Here we go. It's getting scary now. Here we go.
Get the background on me. So I'm flying.
It's not big enough, but
Yes. Get out in that corner. If you're in that corner, that corner. She can go in that corner.
then she'll be in
She
camera.
won't. Now let's go straight down. Go for it.
Stand there and everything, but you can't see the corner. Well, yeah, we're right high up here. When you put up windows, just cracks.
Oh man. You don't want to go here, do you? You want to go here?
She's just frightening
Can you
me.
press it again, please? Yeah. No.
You said 5.
No, but it's okay, it's going down anyway.
Scroll, let's just keep pumping down.
I've been in a second.
So you need to stop it now.
You on calendar? You're asking the people, come on, I can try it.
Take some stills. Close up. You just said you can, yeah?
Sorry, look to here.
Any chance?
I'm working, I'm disabled now.
How often you go in the market, maybe?
I'm retired, mister.
How often do you come to the market then? Is it just, do you come here occasionally?
Yeah, every
Quite a lot of time.
Do you know how long this store's been?
Been up there 21 years now.
She's 50 today. She's 50 today, you know.
How long have you been here?
Yeah, but look at Charlie.
Just 6 years. Charles, come and say. Oh, that's not fair.
You remember which question I just asked?
Yeah, how long have I been here?
Alright, let's see. How do you find, all other shopkeepers like that?
They're really nice and pleasant. We all get along. We all work as a team, just to look after each other's done. If one has to pop out or anything, to go to the toilet.
Like market on EastEnders sort of thing,
Yeah.
you just give that bag on?
yeah, we do look after each other.
Yeah, do you have any main competition or in this market really?
Not exactly, because everyone has the different prices and just to suit different customers. Do have a little bit of competition, but they're not in the market. They are around the market area, but not exactly inside the market.
Okay. What do you think is the best, about working here at Newcastle?
Meeting different customers and suiting their needs, pleasing them, and having a laugh with them really, and gaining a lot of experience being here for 6 years. You do get to know a lot of the customers and what they're all about.
Do you ever get any trouble out at this store?
No,
Like
we don't.
Good.
If we do, then there's security guards around the market and CCTV cameras.
Is there anything that you sell that you like specifically recommend or for anyone?
Jamaican buns, and this person is going to come and talk about the buns and the bread. Well, he's just walking away right now. Yeah, these are really, really nice buns. They're not like your ordinary English breads or buns. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, and when you toast them, they're absolutely out of the world. You put guava jelly on there, what we've got up on the top shelf. Tastes yummy. Really nice. Tell them that's out.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright.
Thank
you.
You got a special red button hard?
That's decent. That's good, mate.
That's sick. They're awesome.
You're good at it, mate.
Yeah, record.
Yeah, good.
How long has your shop been here?
2 years. 2 years.
How long have you been working here for both of those years?
I've actually been working here more than 2 years. Been working for somebody else, and it's altogether 14 years.
How do you find all other shopkeepers around here and all that?
Good communication.
Good. Have you got any like main competition around any of these?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of competition here. Plenty of floor shops that are local.
What do you? Have you got out here that you like specifically recommend, or for people to buy anything? Any main things?
I don't know. I do the latest fashion and clothing, and I guess it's always recommended for people to pop in and have a good look because it's pretty cheap. What you find in here is what you find in Meadowhall. Same clothes, same design, but cheaper price.
What do you think the best thing is, about working in Castle Market?
People. Meeting people. Meet people that are down to earth.
Is your packaging or like that environmentally friendly or anything? Or
Yeah.
Do you know? Do you ever get any trouble, or do you ever get any troublemakers? Or
No. It's quite a friendly place. It's trouble free mostly, especially down here. Quite free.
Okay, I think that's everything.
About Patreon games.
Oh yeah.
We're allowed to go down, introduce some people.
Yeah, sure. I mean that's fine. Then just find the random packs. Say you only need 1 or 2 specific cards. Chances of pulling them in a pack gets quite expensive.
The packs with the same things as those Pokemon cards.
Yeah,
You should
exactly,
get loads of common ones and one rare one.
Generally speaking, in a card game, you'll get commons, uncommons, and rares, and you'll get somewhere around 8 commons, 3 uncommons, and a rare. Yu-Gi-Oh! Slightly different. They don't have uncommons. They have like 4 different types of rare. In a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pack, you get 8 commons and 1 rare. It's so that you're buying
to get that from
No, Dark Magician's not so popular anymore because it's older. Obviously, as the new sets come out, they get better. We haven't got any in stock, I don't think, of the expensive ones. But if you look on the price list, so Destiny Hero Dreadmaster, if it's in Ultimate Rare, it's 25 quid. So it can be quite expensive, but then you've got some that are 20p, some that are 10p.
You fellas out scoring system or
In tournaments.
in the general?
In the doors. But it's, you have to get down to 0 to 3,000 life points. Away from the counting. If you hold it down. Yeah, like it's still down. Hey, what do you say?
So do you come here regularly then?
Yeah. Pretty much yeah, last minute I was list.
Have you seen anything kick off here by any chance? Any fights or anything between kids and
Johnny Sam.
So this is a nice, peaceful kind of place to come to when you're
Let's do that.
You don't bring your mother and father, you don't bring anyone with you. Me and you, then you don't have to worry about anyone. If you bring your mate with you, your mate's going to say to you, are you nervous? How do you feel? Are you alright? And all they're doing is giving you a load of what?